Good evening. Good evening, everyone. I know it's late. I usually record in the morning or the afternoon, but I was swamped today and I didn't really get to do the things that is I wanted to do, so I'm recording in my room now, which is fine. It's chill in here. I don't need to wear a coat. Oh man. But yeah, life's been pretty all right. Like I said, I was swamped today. I got a lot done, thankfully, and I got to hang out with some people, that I haven't hung out with in a while, which is nice. But I want to talk about an experience that I had that I think can really apply to not only my life, but at least the rest of my life, but also maybe someone else. And it's something pretty small, but I think it's worth sharing. So I went outside, right? I went outside and, I have my coat, and in my coat pockets, I have my gloves, right? But I didn't have my gloves on because I didn't need them. I just always carry my gloves just in case I need them, right? And so what ended up happening is that, I'm just walking outside, I'm doing my own thing, and I must have sat down or somewhere, right? But then I start walking back towards the building that I'm living in, right? And I'm over here, I'm just chilling, I'm making my way up to my room. And then I realize I'm checking my coat pockets. I'm like, "Eh, something's off. Something's off, right?" I'm like, I realize I'm missing one of my gloves. And so now I'm looking frantically. I'm looking in my room. I'm looking in the bathroom. Maybe I left it in there. Maybe I left it in the kitchen. Maybe someone else saw it, right? So I'm asking around. And nope, it's gone. So that right there, right? That realization, it it led me onto like a split path, like the person who has to choose between one path or the other path. And I think this can really apply to anyone, right? I could have just sat there, right? And I could have just accepted that my glove was lost, right? My right glove, I would have only had one glove. It would have been super annoying. I could have accepted that as my reality. I could have been like, man, okay, I am never finding this glove. It is gone. It is stolen. Someone picked it up. It's gone. A dog ate it. I don't know. Or I could choose to change my reality. I could be like, you know what? I'm going to find this glove, or I'm going to at least find someone who has seen it. And so that's what I did. I looked to try to change my reality, change the reality of being from one glove to potentially finding the second one, or to find someone who knew where it was, right? And so that's what I did. I retraced my steps. I go ahead and look everywhere again in my room, and then I leave the house. I go ahead and retrace my steps. I keep retracing, and lo and behold, I found it. I found it. Someone else already picked it up and they put it in a lost and found. And I was able to retrieve that glove because I decided to change my reality. I could have accepted it, that it was gone. But I chose to change my reality. And I found it, right? And now some of you might be listening to that. Okay, well, who cares, right? You found your glove, right? But that's the thing, right? You can change the reality that you're in. You can go from this situation to where it's like, oh man, I'm at a loss, or I'm at a standstill, or oh man, this is never gonna work out, or then this is the end all be all, right? You could go from that, or you can be like, I am going to make the best out of this situation. I'm going to turn this situation from what from what I originally perceive as a negative to a potential positive, or to a positive situation. I am going to make this something that I want to see, right? I think a lot of people get so stuck up in their heads, right? Myself included. They get so stuck up in their head and they just accept reality as it is. They just accept it as it is. Flat line. But you can change that path. Just like that dude who's on the fork, right? You can choose to change your reality. And it's hard, right? I say this all the time. It's hard, right? It's very hard to stop making excuses for yourself. It's very hard to be like, man, you know what? You're right. Like, I am going to change this, but how? Right? But you can do it. The fact that it is possible should push you to try to make a change, right? It's not going to be easy, right? It's not going to be easy, but you can do it. And this applies to anyone. You could take any situation and change it. You can alchemize pain and turn it into something beautiful. You could turn a loss into something that you never would have found before. Into a beauty that you never would have found before. Okay? There's lessons to be learned in everything, right? And I think it's nice to take some time to really like sit with yourself and be like, you know what, I can change the reality that I'm in, right? And it's gonna take work. It's gonna take a lot of work, you know? No one likes to be pushed to do something. But once you are pushed, you know, you start doing the thing and it takes work, but you eventually, you know, hopefully you do it, right? You know, like I've spent some more time thinking about, you know, just the whole, like my situation, right? You know, the fact that I found my glove, right? And I think about my life and different situations that I've been in where I was like, excuse me, this is the end all be all, right? This is the absolute, right? There is nothing I can do to change this. But that's absolutely not true. There'll be times where maybe I failed a test, or maybe I didn't do so hard on a test, or maybe I had an awkward situation, or something happened to me and I was like, you know what, this is just how it is. No, there's always something to be learned in everything, man. You know, I can't remember what song it was, but it was like, you can either be a blessing or a blessing or a lesson. Blessing or a lesson. I think they said it like that to make it rhyme, right? And you know, I think in every situation it is a blessing, and you know, it is something that you can learn from, right? Every good and bad. You just gotta take time to really understand what it is that you're meant to learn, or what it is that you're meant to see, and that just takes time. That just takes time with, you know, getting to know yourself, actually doing what it is that you want to do, and staying true to yourself, right? Because you got to stay true to what it is that you say you're going to do. You know, I told myself I was going to record a video, right? And, you know, it's late now. You know, it's like 8:30, almost 9 o'clock. And, you know, I could have easily just been like, man, I'm going to make another video tomorrow, right? But, you know, I told myself I was going to do it, and I want to stay true to my word, right? Because, you know, the only person who's going to show up for myself is me, right? I could change my reality. Anyways, I hope that made sense to someone out there. You know, I'm gonna cut this a little bit shorter just because I am in my room and, you know, it's a little bit uncomfortable. But that's okay. I hope someone out there is able to take what I said and apply it to their own lives. You know, you have the ability to change your reality. You are the author of your reality. So start writing what you want. Start writing. Get that pen and paper. Start writing everything that you want and make it yours. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up around here. If you're seeing this, I love you. Hope you had an amazing day. Make sure to take care of those around you and yourself, because the only person who could take care of yourself is you. And always remember, you have the ability to change your reality. Have a good one.